All right, for my next cooking video, I decided I was going to take a little different approach. In that my roots are from Poland, I decided I was going to grab a Polish cookbook here and just randomly open up inside and grab a recipe, probably most likely something I've never had before, and make it and see what happens. So here we go. All right, so what we have is Zupa or Gorva. Dill Pickle Soup. I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't even know it was legal to put dill pickles in soup. So we need some broth, some dill pickles, some vegetables, some milk. All right, I'm committed. I better go get some ingredients. All right, so I conferred with some experts on this subject matter of this dill pickle soup, and apparently it is a thing. I messaged my fourth cousin over in Poland, Magda, and she said, yeah, it's a thing. They love it. I showed her the recipe that I had here in this Alina Zelenska's book, and she said the one her mom makes is a little bit different. So we're going to incorporate a little bit of this book, and we're going to incorporate a little bit of Magda's mother's ideas for this, Stanisława. All right, so yeah, Polish dill pickle soup, Zupa or Ogórka, I think is how it's pronounced. We're gonna mix everything in here, and then I'll put it in the pot and boil it up. But I figure this way you can see what everything's looking like when it goes in there. All right, let's get started here. All right, first thing we need is our broth. So I had to go buy some broth because I wasn't making any broth on my own. 6 cups beef broth. That seems like a lot for just me, because I don't know if anybody else is going to try this. So we'll just kind of wing this as we go along here. All right, need some beef broth. Let's put some of this stuff in here. How many cups we got in here? Well, we'll just see where we go. What did it say? I already forgot. 6 cups. Whew. That's a lot. All right. Yeah, we're not going to make that much. We're going to do maybe half, 2/3, 5/6. Oh, I've got to get us some music. Hey, Bertha, since we're doing a Polish recipe here, why don't you get us some polka music, huh? I don't know if that's polka or not. I'm going to say no, but that's what we're going to have here in our background. All right. All right, 4 cups. All right, we don't need that anymore. All right, then we are supposed to put in, well, we have the pickle juice. It's supposed to go in there. I got this from, this is actually Polish dill pickles, canned locally by Uncle Randy. Uncle Randy's not actually my uncle. Just everybody calls him Uncle Randy. Actually, I don't know why they do that, but actually some vendor children, some of the markets have actually started calling me Uncle Dan. I guess that's just a thing. If you get to old and weird, they call you Uncle. So I guess I'm getting old and weird. All right, so let's pour these in. All right. Ooh, that's powerful. Just give it a taste. Oh yeah, that's very dilled. All right, so we got the juice in. Come on out of there. All right. pickles in. Now both recipes call for some potatoes, which I already had pre-cut. Just drop those things in there. All right. Both recipes call for some onions. These are actually left over from tacos last night. So these are already chopped up, ready to go. All right. Now, the recipe from Poland actually says put in a couple bay leaves. I actually have some of those here in my pocket. Put a couple of those in there. Let's put in a cup of milk. I have some of that right here. Yeah, close. All right, now for Stanisława, we're supposed to put in some carrots and some leeks. I've never actually had a leek before. I found some. And so we're gonna go with that and put those in there. So we need to cut these up and cut these things up right. Just have your concealed carry kitchen utensils with you. All right. Throw those carrots in there. That should be enough of those. Let's figure out how we do this leek thing. So I think we take that part off. Go to about here, I think. Huh? Do that with the others here. I don't know. I don't even know what it smells like. This is new to me. Never had a leek. I don't even know why they make these, but they do. We're gonna go with the recipe from the relatives. Get all those parts out of the way. I guess we just chop these up. Looks like my knife could use some sharpening. How many of these we need. So we'll just put a bunch in there and see what happens. And we'll put in some more. Da-da-da. Alright, some extra stuff here. That's fine. Oh, we're supposed to put in an egg yolk. So, no egg white, just egg yolk. That's from the recipe in the book. Merging the two recipes here together. So, to get these separated, some tricks, so I go back and forth like this. Or just kind of do one of these. That's a god-awful mess. Ugh. Probably a much better way to do that. But if I did it that much better way, this wouldn't be as much fun, now would it? Alright. So alright, I think it is ready to be cooked now. And then we'll put some sour cream in it at some point there. That's Stanislava's recommendation. And some salt and pepper to taste after that. and then we will eat this. So we've got the eggs, which in Polish, I believe if I can say it right, is jajko. We got the potatoes, the ziemniak. What else we put in there? We put in some, oh, we didn't put in the butter. Almost forgot the butter. Butter right here. Here's a quick butter tip for you. If you always want to keep your trays looking nice, keep the butter on the paper. And I think we're supposed to put in 2 tablespoons. Right. Butter is Masco, something like that. Got the milk, mleko. I don't know. I'm probably getting those all wrong. I can't even say my last name sometimes. Actually, most of the times I can. All right, let's put this in a pot. I have one of those right here. All right. Off the cookie goes. All right, here we go. Let me get something to get that out of there with. All right. Dill pickle soup. I got something of everything in there. Make sure I don't have the bay leaves in there, no. All right, plenty of pickles, some onions, carrots. Find some of those potatoes and leeks. Sure they're in there somewhere. There, looks like some of those leek things in there. And I did add some sour cream. I did add some salt and pepper. Try this. I do have some dessert ready. I got some homemade peanut brittle that I freeze dried as well. Look at that, all light and puffy. All right, we don't want to affect the taste buds here. All right, let's see what happens. Let me get a little piece of that leeks. Well, let me just try the broth here, the flavor. Super hot yet. That's actually very interesting. That's pretty good. Let me find a leek. Never had a leek before. Appears to be part of the leek. After boiling, it's just kind of like a mushy vegetable. That's okay. I probably should have cut these pickles up before I just dropped them in there. Let's see if I can get a bite of a soggy pickle here. This is actually pretty good. Or, if I'm going to say it correctly, this is bardzo dobre. Oh yeah, everything's cooked. Just a perfect point there. There we go, we got a potato. Let's make sure the potato's cooked all the way through. That's wonderful.